Hi, I'm Alex, and I live in the coastal city of Mar del Plata, the fourth biggest city in Argentina and its biggest resort destination. I'm 36 years old, and I have no savings, no stable job, no kids, no vehicle, and no property. But I have a loving and beautiful wife, and two cats, Chinchaline and Trufa. I was a freelancer my entire life working in marketing and photography, but a couple of years ago I wanted to try something different and was choosing between coding and videography. For some reason, I decided to go for software engineering and entered the industry right at the moment when it started falling into a huge crisis due to post-pandemic overstaffing and AI. It's almost impossible to get a job now, especially if you don't have tech education like me. And here I am in 2026, starting over again almost from zero and trying videography through YouTube. I hope that someone enjoys my videos and finds them interesting. All of this also is the reason why we now live on a budget with my wife working full-time and me getting casual freelance projects. I love cooking. And since it's almost impossible to get a job in software engineering for a solo learner now, as a way of contributing to the family and thanking my wife for her hard work, I cook all meals and take care of our rented apartment so she's less stressed and can have more free time outside of her job. On this channel, I'll be showing you what's happening on this side of the world. How we live. And what we eat. Discover Argentina and cook on a low budget with me. I hope we will have great time together, my new internet friends. It's probably nice and warm from where you're watching me, but here in the southern hemisphere, it's winter and it's very cold. Today it was just -2 degrees Celsius at night, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and sometimes it gets even colder. Cold or hot, now I need to go out to get the groceries to make lunch for my wife and myself. Our monthly budget for food is around $250, and if you take advantage of discounts and buy smart, you can get decent food for this money. In Argentina, it's very common to buy produce in different small specialty shops and not in supermarkets. You go to the greengrocers to get your veggies and fruit. Butchers for meat. Bakery for bread. And so on. Look, there's even a shop that only sells eggs. It's cheaper this way, and it's very common to go to the supermarket to buy just the pantry and frozen foods and get the rest of fresh produce in small shops. Great, I've got everything I need. Now let's go back home and cook. Today we will be using very simple ingredients. Food often tastes better when you cook with just a few simple things. Veggies, meat, and bread. What else do you need? First, I need to sharpen the knife. Currently, this is one of the cheapest beef cuts in Argentina. It's called chiquizuela, and it's good for soups and stews. Beef prices doubled in Argentina over the last year, so I'm moving to cheaper cuts. Chuck steak, which is very common for stews here, costs at least $9 now, and chiquizuela is only $5 per kilo. What about meat prices in your country? Is it cheap? And this here is pure gold. It's bone marrow, called caracú over here, and it's pretty common to consume it in Argentina. I think it's enough for 2 people. It's about 300 or 400 grams, just a tad less than a pound. As you can see, the potatoes come unwashed because it's cheaper this way. You can obviously get washed potatoes, but they are twice as expensive. Why pay more if the taste is the same? Stews are extremely straightforward and super tasty. Chop the onion. Cut the rest of the vegetables. And then simply cook all together. First, we need to brown the beef over high heat. This way it will be juicier and more tender after stewing. Now saute the chopped vegetables in the same pan as it has all the concentrated meat flavor. I'll be using homemade chicken stock, which I made yesterday, but you can add a store-bought version or even a stock cube. Look how transparent it is. Would you like to know tips on how to make stock this clear? Let me know in the comments. I'm also adding chimichurri, dry oregano, and paprika. This would give it the most Argentine flavor, but you can add any spices you like. Then simply leave to simmer on low heat for about an hour or so. After that, add the potatoes and simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes more, or until they're soft. Potatoes may take longer to cook in a stew than in plain water because of acidity. Whilst the stew is getting ready, let's prepare some garlic bread. Crush it so that it peels easier. I will be using only half a clove of garlic because it's very strong in Argentina. Add some olive oil. I'll also be using garlic powder to make the flavor more complex without overpowering it. You can use any bread, but baguette-like bread would be the best. Simply smear the garlicky olive oil mixture all over the bread and then bake for a few minutes. Just look at it. Hot, crispy on the outside, and still soft inside. Perfection. And now the stew is ready too. Looks yummy. Now let's finally eat. Look, this is our $4 lunch, just $2 per portion. It's incredible how sometimes a simple, hearty, and satisfying meal made with love is all you need. And it's finally time for bone marrow. It should taste really nice on crunchy, garlicky bread. Soft, flavorful, and rich. A truly memorable flavor. Always remember that even though you may not own anything, life is still yours. Live it like it belongs to you.